Hello everyone, this is Walking Problem. I suspect that the Singapore government has decided to go on a immunity strategy, silently, secretly going for it. I mean, it's not a wrong thing to do actually because of our high vaccination rate and given how the virus have actually weakened by so much. The most dangerous thing about COVID-19 is actually the lung infection, the inability to breathe. That is gone with Omicron. And even the most disturbing one, which is you lost a sense of taste, that's gone as well. So Omicron technically only left with fever and dry cough, which is like isn't much. um of course, it is still deadly to some of the population who are very old or have pre-existing condition. But even a common flu can kill someone if the person is weak. So it's not really something unusual anymore. And we can actually see from the policy of the Singapore government, like we used to be really tight. We used to really ring fence every single cluster and everything. But don't you find that nowadays things seems to be really different? Like it's like I was sick. I was sick a week ago. Is it a week? Yeah, I think it's around a week ago. And now I was quite sick, and I I wondered if it's COVID, but I know it isn't because I started off feeling heaty, and then I feel that sore throat is gonna come soon. So I started to drink a lot of water and all sort of things to kind of combat it. In the end, it's actually more like a flu. There's phlegm and there's infection, but it's lower down the throat. And I did ART test twice, and then both came out negative. And I was wondering, what's stopping me from not reporting that I'm actually COVID positive? Actually, it's nothing. There's nothing preventing. And even let's say I'm tested positive, what's preventing me from going out? Nothing as well. It is really very different from something that's maybe half a year ago, where when you are tested positive, then a lot of SOP start to come in. Got people come to your house to quarantine you, to test everybody that you in contact with are all quarantined. That's during the Delta variant spike. And then we are no longer seeing this nowadays. It seems like the Delta variant is gone. Omicron has taken over Delta, and seems like the dominant strain now. Um, so that means like Omicron is actually more powerful than Delta in terms of the virus to virus war, and Omicron have taken over, and it seems like the government have taken a very different approach. So like since the time where they announced that we're gonna, if you are positive, just stay at home. And the surprising thing was that if you can test ART test twice negative, you can actually go out already. Uh, it's so different from what you used to be, right? So, and given how weak some of the symptoms are, some people have literally no symptoms despite they are tested positive. It is conceivable that a lot of people who caught the virus actually unknowingly just go about their business and life around, and 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 of course that will contribute to more spreading. And I don't think the government seems to be very concerned. Of course, a lot of the restrictions are still around. We still have to wear masks. We are still have to do ART tests when we are going to events that are requiring gathering of more than 5 people. But it seems like it's no long the government is no longer trying to control it like it used to be. We are not going for a zero policy anymore. Of course, we were complaining during the height of Delta that oh the government announced that we're going to live with the virus. No, but end up that we didn't seem to be doing that. We went further lockdown, uh not lockdown, but further restrictions, heightened restrictions. Then in the end, Now it seems like we are really going for the living with the virus kind of vibe, and it's really obvious, So whatever numbers that is being reported on a daily basis, those are only the numbers that are reported to MOH. So a lot of people who tested themselves at home, uh, and then they found themselves positive. I think a lot of them might not have actually reported to the MOH. They just decided to just stay at home. And some of the maybe the older folks, or some of the don't give a damn kind of folks, they were like, fuck it, they just go out. And that is really so conceivable. And I would safely say that whatever case number that was being reported on a daily basis, I think you should times two. You should times two to get the actual number. And this was the Delta spike. This is the Omicron spike. So so this is what I want to to really highlight, that I think Singapore is now on silently going for a herd immunity strategy. If you look at the current situation, look at ICU number. There's only 9. Of course, every single person that's in ICU is concerning, but on a grand scale of things, 9 is so low. Remember during the Delta era, we are going to 100, and then we were like expanding ICU capacity to kind of fight it. That's not the case now. No, we are given the number of cases, even the number of cases that we are reporting on the daily basis. Is that in the thousands? I think I need to go to the. I think it's this one. God, where's the data? Forget it. I don't know where to find it. I think it's this one, I guess. We are reporting in the thousands on the daily basis, and the number of people in ICU is actually only 9, and I think that's a very positive sign. Which means that if at 9, that means we can still afford a 10 times increase in number of cases. So now we are talking about, like, this is yesterday's report was 2,000 something. So we can actually go up to 20,000, and then our healthcare system will still be able to manage. And if you look at the summary table at the COVID sit rep, you can see that we actually the way how they actually kind of structure the data is that they actually put the population at risk now, and they put the total number of people who caught COVID, and then they give you a prevalence. This is actually the herd immunity percentage. The moment once this number hits 70 to 80%, the pandemic would almost effectively be dead, because when you have 7 out of 10 people or 8 out of 10 people actually immune, like really immune, because once you caught COVID and recover, you will be very immune from getting infected again, unless it's a totally new variant. So at 70-80%, the virus will find it really hard to actually find a new victim, because most of the people that the infected person will meet will actually be immune, and once the virus runs its course, you will die. So just like how when if you caught COVID, now you're gonna stay at home, and you'll recover within a week. The virus, if was not able to spread to anyone during this 7 days, effectively the virus has become an evolutionary failure. It died. This virus that's in your body, that strain that's in your body, is extinct. So that's why herd immunity, I think even at 50%, that will be a huge reduction of the number of strains, and then by 70-80%, the virus will be dead. So we are still quite far from that. We are now around 7%. the number of cases, oh, so the number of cases actually here. So the number of cases is actually quite a bit. So there's 8,000. Oh, so that's not, that number was wrong then. So 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, we have these numbers. That means we can get even 80,000 cases a day, and we will probably be fine. And the reason why the number isn't even higher is because that we are all vaccinated. And once you got vaccinated, while vaccines doesn't prevent you from catching the virus, but it actually makes infection harder. So the numbers are at this rate because it's really controlled by the vaccine. And we are now at 300,000. So going by 10 times, we will be 3 million. And at 3 million, we will be like nearing to 70%, and that would be herd immunity. So how far are we from there? If you're talking about maybe 10,000 a day, that will still be 300 days a year to reach 3 million. So although the spreads usually will go up exponentially, but I'm not too sure, because since you can look at the numbers, it had been rather consistent. And of course, this is only the ones that are reported to MOH. These are excluding those that are tested positive and did not report. So maybe the numbers could be even higher, maybe another 50,000 to 500,000. So yeah, this is the boring video about herd immunity that I think Singapore is actually being pursuing now, is being pursued now. And I think given this kind of number, I think it's a really positive sign. I think perhaps soon, within maybe in half a year's time, we are going to remove all restrictions, because at this number, I think we would want to encourage the spread, actually, in a way, to encourage the spread so that more people will be immune to the virus, rather than trying to drag it out, because it's really expensive to drag it out. And given how mild the disease is, I think on the grand scale of things, maybe it's better to actually let it spread in a controlled way. So at the moment, it's a very controlled way, and we are still at ICU 9. I think we still have a lot of room to expand the spreading, so that we can reach the herd immunity target. I think maybe the target will be 70% to reach the target earlier. So this is what I think, but of course we have the expert to make the decisions for us, and thankfully you're not depending on me. So that's all for the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.